There are a bunch of new spots that you need to abuse before they are gone inside of Fish if you want to make potentially millions and millions of dollars. As you can see, I've been grinding for a bit and I'm coming up on $1 billion using all of these methods combined. And today I'm going to be showing you the new spot that is one of the best in the game, if not the best right now. Before I get into the video, if you guys want to be entered in my Omni Flare Squad giveaway, all you guys have to do is leave a like on this video, comment your username down below, and hype the video. Make sure you do all three things or you will not be entered in the giveaway. Keep in mind, this giveaway is only going to last for the next 7 days. So you guys need to enter now if you want to be in it. Anyways, without further ado and any more time wasted, let's get into the best new methods for farming money and the new best spots in the game. Now, there are a lot of spots to go over and cover, but first I want to show you some of the ones that are kind of for newer players, especially if you guys are just trying to make some quick cash, quickly. So let's head over to Shipwright right here. And we're going to basically start heading to the island that I want to show you. Now, I'm always start out with this island in my videos if you guys watch them. So sorry if this gets redundant, but I just want to show this island specifically because it's still really good, especially for beginner players. And I'll show you why in a second. But basically, we're going to want to head to Castaway Cliffs. I know everyone talks about this. I'll talk about some different islands that are better than this in a second, but I want to throw this out there for beginner players because I know a lot of beginner players watch the videos. So if you're new and you've never watched my channel before, this is Castaway Cliffs right here. And this is genuinely one of the best spots for multiple reasons, but mainly just because you get really good stuff here. I mean, for an island that is this accessible, you get really good stuff and it sells for a really good amount of money. You use a tryhard rod or any rod that applies a sell value mutation and you get like size increases on the actual fish, you're gonna make a ton of money. Like you're going to make a ton of money. You throw in a macro or something like that on top of this and you can AFK farm, you're gonna make a ton of money. It's just how it is. And I do have a full macro video if you guys are interested that I came out with, and it is the best macro literally out there. It is so overpowered. It's how I got my 5,000 streak. It literally has not lost a fish for me. Now, obviously it depends on what settings you set up for it, but I'm not gonna yap too much about that because you guys are here for the best spot. So this is one of the best spots right here. You can make a ridiculous amount of money, especially this is kind of my spot during admin abuse that I like to kind of sit at. But yeah, we have some other spots that we're going to talk about and really get in deep dive into. So let's not waste any more time kind of in this spot because obviously we've talked about this for weeks now, but it still is really good. They did nerf it at one point, but it's still really good. So we're going to head over to the next spot in this video, which again, this is a really good spot as well, but this is a spot that is leaving the game soon. And I have talked about this one, I think in one video maybe. So I want to just put this in here before it goes away because again, obviously this is a limited time thing. Where's my boat? Okay, here it is. All right. And we're going to head all the way back over to Maple Meadows. Now, again, this is a limited time thing. It is for the fish giving bestiary or as part of the whole fish giving. So let me find it. Scroll down and you guys can see fish giving too. Yeah, I've completed it all, but yeah, this is leaving in 4 days. So this is actually kind of leaving soon. We're going to get a little mini update this week, but we're mainly hoping for Fishmas. If you haven't seen my Fishmas video that I made, I showed leaks, talked about everything that could be potentially coming in that update. So recommend watching that if you haven't already. But yeah, here's the island right here. Now, the reason why this island is so good is because you can catch turkeys and obviously the fish are just decent. So let me explain to you, break down to you why the turkeys are good. I'm going to do this for the rest of the islands, probably. But I'm going to basically explain to you the values, what to use to make the most amount of money and all that stuff. So if we take a look at the wiki right here, we can see that there are a bunch of items. Now, look at this. Now, I do think they might have nerfed a couple of these, but they all have a base value that's around 12,000. Actually, they're all pretty much 12,000. Pilgrim hats doesn't sell for much, but look at this. 12,000, 12,000, 12,000. Yeah, really good. And all of them sell for that. So genuinely really overpowered. There's, they're all insect bait. So if you want to use insect bait, you're going to get them a lot faster. So 12,000. Now, if you get just the tryhard mutation on these, that's already going to sell for, if you have the tryhard mutation on them and you go ahead and tryhard is times 10, I believe, or it might be times 11. Let me check really quickly. Yeah, the mutation is times 10, the sell value. So you catch just one of these with this mutation, and that is $128,000 with just one. So the tryhard mutation is going to make that. Now, if you catch them big or anything like that, that's where you're going to be raking in the dough. You're going to make a ton of money. If you catch them big, you may make up to potentially $1 million, depending on how big it is and how much a multiplier you have on it. So that is really broken. If you haven't used this method before, this is really good, especially since, it's really accessible to new players. It's probably better than Castaway Cliffs, if we're being honest. So I would recommend checking this out before it leaves, especially so you can complete the bestiary, even if you don't want to use this as a money grinding method, because it is really good. I'm going to be completely honest. It's very, very good. So this is the next zone. Now, obviously, another thing I want to point out is buy these bait crates. I know I've mentioned this in some other videos, but buy the bait crates. They're going to leave soon. And genuinely, some of these baits are really overpowered, and especially with the gravy mutation that they can apply. So it's better just to have them because you never know when you could potentially need them for whatever update, anything like that. So again, really highly recommended to check out this island right here. But let's go ahead and look at some other spots are in the game that are pretty good. So this one, we're going to use the Traveler's Whistle, or what am I saying? Traveler's Whistle to teleport to. you. And this is going to be the Calm Zone. Now, I'm going to go over the Abyssal Zenith and the Calm Zone. The Calm Zone, the thing about this one is you kind of have to go even further back. So if you haven't completed this, it's a little bit of a nightmare. So this is the Calm Zone that I'm talking about, but you have to continue to go all the way past this. Like, it's not just the base thing like you might think it is. Let me just climb up this to make this faster so I can get over there quicker. But it's the zone all the way at the end. So it's a little bit of a nightmare to get to, but it is a really good zone. I do believe this zone they've also nerfed, so it's not the best zone in the game. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what technically is the best zone. I know Maple Meadows is up there though. So if you want to do that, you obviously can. Maple Meadows is really broken. Let me go all the way back through here. This took a long time to get to. I just want to show you at least what the zone looks like before I go to the next spot, because I want you to at least kind of get a glimpse of what we're talking about here. So we're running all the way over here. It's not this zone. Now you can obviously fish in this zone. This zone is pretty good by itself. This is the zone with the ethereal prism rod, which is also a really good rod, by the way. They did nerf it like they've pretty much done for everything, but it was a really good rod at one point. It did ×8 sell value, so it was by far one of the best in the game for a while. Let me go over here, and now we are in the Veil of the Forsaken, which again, this is the zone I was kind of talking about. This zone is really good. I'm gonna be honest. This zone is gonna make you a decent amount of money pretty quickly, in fact. So let me go ahead and travel over to the next zone, which is going, if I don't die, is going to be, I just died, which is going to be the Abyssal Zenith. I have mentioned this a bit, I feel like briefly, before. Maybe not too heavily, but I have definitely mentioned it once or twice. Okay, so let me teleport to it. This zone, again, is really good. Again, I don't know which is better, the Abyssal Zenith or the Calm Zone, but the only thing to be careful about is in this zone, you can be eaten by these things. So be careful about that. But yeah, this zone is also a very, very good zone. Now, these two zones right here are not really beginner friendly because they take and when I say forever, I mean forever to get to, especially if you don't have anyone helping you. So keep that in mind. Yeah, I think I just caught an enchant relic. Boom. Yeah, this zone's really good. I'm gonna be completely honest. You can make a lot of money in this zone. So if you want to try this out, I would make sure you do this quickly, especially the Maple Meadows method, because that is really good. I'm gonna be completely honest. Definitely try to do the Maple Meadows method if you can. You can make a ton of money doing that. I mean, 128,000 per turkey if you have the tryhard mutation on them. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's a ton of money. So yeah, make sure you go ahead and apply that method. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. So if you did enjoy it, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you want to be entered in the Omni Flare Rod giveaway, obviously hype the video. Most people won't make it to the end of the video. So if you did, shout out to you, and I'll see you guys